There were a couple of scenes where I went legit, what? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashmita and I hope you all are doing well. And yes, finally I am catching up on all the films that I missed out on watching in the theaters and I was waiting for their OTT release. So for today's video, I will be sharing my thoughts on the Tamil film Doctor, which is written and directed by Nelson and has a great ensemble cast, and right now it is streaming on Netflix. Now right off the bat, this movie is nothing that I expected it to be, and I honestly kept myself away from all the reviews and everything because I didn't want any other opinions to affect my own. So I did not watch any reviews, I did not read any reviews. The only thing I knew from the buzz that this movie has been extremely well received, and thank God that I watched this film with a completely blank slate, because boy oh boy, this movie is completely crazy. It's absolutely bonkers, but in the best possible way. Starting with the storyline, I think that is where the biggest credit lies because of how well written it is. The writing of the film is like climbing a treacherous mountain. As you go up high, the climb becomes more and more dangerous and thrilling. The way the stakes keep piling on each other with every passing event in the film, you will be at a complete loss and are going to wonder, what the hell is going to happen now? The writing is a really good blend of dark comedy and thriller. Some situations in the film might come off as really bizarre and over the top, but that is exactly what Nelson intended. And might I just add, the comedy is incredible. I have always said this in multiple occasions that comedy is the toughest genre to pull off, and dark comedy even more so. But the situations land so well in this movie. It was more of the expressions and gestures of these actors along with their dialogue delivery which made the scenes so humorous. Also, let's not forget the incredible BGM which really heightened the overall enrichment of a particular scene. Now coming to the direction, it is as good as the writing. The characters get their own moments to shine in the film. It's not just a one-man show. The supporting cast is equally important here and they do such a fine job. The director has kept the humor aspect very much intact and present in the first half of the film, but as the movie progresses into its latter half, the humor dials down a little, but there are really great emotional moments that we get to see. And this was completely fine by me because, as I said before, the movie is a really good blend of dark comedy and thriller, and both the aspects have been balanced really well. Now overall, the movie looks really grand and stylish, and the look and feel of the movie is extremely edgy, and I think that is what Nelson really wanted. I really don't know how to put it exactly, but you can say that there were a lot of theatrics involved. When you watch the film, you feel like, okay, the events are dialed up a notch a little. I mean, these wouldn't happen in real life, but yeah, that's what makes this film so unique. Now this brings me to the cinematography of the movie. It is so freaking beautiful. The cinematography is done by Vijay Karthik Kannan, and literally every frame is just stunning. There's a really nice fight sequence inside a metro train, and you know, it's quite a long sequence, but the way it has been shot, it is sure to keep you hooked. The way the camera moves in those fight scenes, it was as if I was, watching a beautiful dance. Also, can we talk about this scene? I honestly used to think that after watching so many films which have overused the slow motion action sequence shots and choreography, that I would be immune to it. I would be completely immune to it. But the shock value that I got when that scene was happening, I was surprised myself. The cinematography of that sequence is so beautiful, but the BGM used for that sequence is a chef's kiss. People killing each other while a classical BGM is playing? Yes! I mean, honestly, I expected nothing less from Anirudh. I mean, he's such a talented music director. He literally brought out all his guns and he was like, he killed it with his BGM. I cannot begin to tell you how integral the score is for the narrative of this film. It's like a whole character in itself, and I honestly feel, this is my personal opinion, that this movie wouldn't be half as enjoyable if the score wasn't this good. Now, edit wise, I would truly say that the film does lose a bit of its momentum in the second half. That sometimes I did start feeling that maybe 2.5 hours was a bit too much. But that feeling only came in bits and pieces to me because, as I said before, the way the stakes kept piling up, I was in a lot of anticipation that, okay, what is going to happen next? And there are a couple of scenes where I legit gasped. I think, when I was watching this film, I was wearing my earphones, and I think the kind of reactions that I was giving, my parents definitely thought that, I was being really, really weird. But that's just who I am. I love expressing myself, and yeah, even if it makes me, look weird at certain instances, it's fine. Now, coming to the performances, I loved Shiva Karthikeyan, and in fact, what a great and amazingly written protagonist, right? I think this is the first time that I witnessed such a nonchalant, straightforward protagonist. Shiva Karthikeyan as Varun was completely into the character. It is not an easy task to act like this, where you have to keep like a blank face throughout and deliver dialogues with such a flat tone that somebody might feel like, okay, this guy would rather be sleeping than talking to other people. And on top of that, while saying the dialogues in such a way, you have to actually convey the exact emotion that you intend to, and I think he nailed it. But the female lead Priyanka, honestly, I wasn't very fond of that character. Her performance was just okay, and I say this because her as a character didn't have much to offer. Her entire arc of first rejecting the fiance and then, accepting to marry him, I don't know, the whole thing just felt very frivolous to me. She just remained a romantic interest and nothing more in the overall scheme of things. Vinay Rai as Terry, oh my god, I loved him. He was so freaking intimidating, and he had this amazing aura and attitude about him that he convinced me from scene one that how conniving he was. Yogi Babu and Redden Kinsley as Pratap and Bhagat were hilarious. They were in their element and they gave some of the best laugh out loud moments in the film. And this is me speaking as an audience who is completely dependent on the subtitles. The comic timing of these two actors is really something to marvel at. But the MVP for me in this film is Deepa Shankar, who plays the role of the house help. She won my heart. She completely won my heart. Just her expressions alone were enough to, make me roll on the floor with laughter. The other supporting actors also did a fabulous job. This is really, of course, the hero is the center of the film, but the supporting characters are just as important. Overall, this film is one crazy ride, and from what I have read, I have found out that Nelson as a director has a very, very unique and sort of like an out of the box vision while directing a film, and well, it shows. If you're a fan of dark humor, then this movie, oh my god, you cannot miss it. You will have such a crazy time watching this film. Yes, there are minor flaws. It's not a perfect screenplay, but as an overall package, this movie really worked for me. So yes, catch this film on Netflix if you haven't. And with that, I will end the video and my review here. Do share in your thoughts if you have watched this film in the comments below. I would love to know what you liked and what you did not like about this movie, and what you think should have been done in order to make this movie even a better viewing experience as per you. I would love to read them in the comments. And with that, I will end my video and I'll sign off now. I hope you have come till the end and have enjoyed watching this, and I will see you soon on my next one. Bye.